Defense, wearing number 5, sophomore, Alec Regula. Defense, junior, wearing number 6, Kyle Germain.
Before we did the strength finder, I was a backup goalie, so I didn't really have a big role on the ice like during games. So I didn't really have a big voice in the locker room either. But after strength finder, when people like started to understand like who I was and what my strengths were, I started to gain a bigger voice in the locker room, and I was what we call a human glue guy to keep the team together and prevent fragmentation. So I was like always like solving problems or helping people out. And my voice was heard a lot more after we did it.
So I wrote this book about using the strength-based approach with the Cranbrook hockey team because the Clifton Strength Finder, which is a tool that anybody can have access to, identifies untapped talent on the team. And when I walk into any conference room or any boardroom, there's untapped talent on the team. It's true in the locker room as well.
I had a better understanding of myself, but where it really helped me was to understand the players and how they saw things and how I was able to put the players in the right position to be successful. That was really critical for trying to get everybody to pull on the line the same way. And once you are able to empower the players to utilize their strengths, really exciting things began to happen.
When we aligned the talent on this team, we discovered that conflict went away. Collaboration increased, understanding increased, and people who were trying to carry roles that they weren't well suited for, that all dropped away. And instead, they were given a role that worked much better for them. This team was different, fundamentally different from any other team I've worked with in the past, and I've worked with hundreds of teams.
I mean, we had 18 people with competitive in their top 5 of strengths. So we often had a lot of clashing. So just like anytime 2 people were fighting, whether it's on the ice, in the locker room, anywhere, team bonding, just going over, breaking it up, telling people, like giving them advice how to work through it and become friends again.
Once we discovered that some of our younger players could have a huge influence on the team, we empowered them to use that strength and took away that hierarchy of, to show up and be heard. And I think that made a huge difference.
Once we know that about ourselves as individuals, then the team knows it about one another. We have a whole different perspective on how we can collaborate to achieve the success metrics we've established.
Like the team decided that everyone has a voice, and so they would tell like me and some other rookies and all them to step up and do our jobs and play roles.
The statistics speak for themselves, but they don't tell the whole story. There was a corresponding improvement in team chemistry. Those guys used to go at each other pretty well. They all wanted to win. Their energy was misdirected. And the sense of becoming unstoppable comes from not just the statistics, but that team chemistry, the momentum, the engagement, the belief they have in one another. That was a really big part of it. And that's what they actually remembered most about the experience.
Once the season ended, I have to say it was one of my most memorable seasons, and one of the seasons where I think I can look back and say we made some huge steps forward, and the guys really did develop as people, and they learned the life skills and the things that we're trying to promote and help them be better student athletes, but also going forward, be better parents and better college students and just better people in the world.
My favorite moment would have to be just winning the state championship with my brother. There was like no better feeling I've ever had in my life. Then like after the big dog pile, after we won, just like finding my brother and just giving him a huge hug. That was the best moment of my hockey career, probably my life.
Yes, they won the state championship 4-0, and that was one aspect of what success looked like for this team. But that isn't the same as reaching Destination Unstoppable. Reaching Destination Unstoppable is not a place, it's a feeling. It's that sense of momentum and team chemistry you get when people understand what their strengths are, align that with success in the role, and align that with success for the team. That's Destination Unstoppable. And this team, the Cranbrook hockey team, reached that.